MBR. When you press the power button on your computer, the system's firmware, known as BIOS or UEFI, first checks whether all the components are working properly. This process is called post. After that, it searches for a special set of instructions on the storage devices in your system. This set of instructions is called the bootloader. There are mainly two different ways this bootloader can be stored on a storage device. One is MBR and other is GPT. But before that, let's understand where it comes from. Every operating system comes with its own bootloader, and during installation, the OS places it at a specific location on the storage device. Now, this location depends on the type of firmware your system is using, whether it's BIOS or UEFI. If your system is using BIOS firmware, then during the installation of the operating system, the bootloader is stored in the very first sector of the storage device. This bootloader is known as the MBR, or Master Boot Record, and such partition is called MBR partition. It only occupies 512 bytes, and after installation, BIOS will only search this sector for the bootloader. The problem with MBR is that it is tied to BIOS firmware, and BIOS only supports a maximum disk size of 2 terabytes, which means if you try to install Windows on a 3 terabyte hard drive using BIOS, you may see an error saying that Windows cannot be installed on this volume. Even if the installation somehow succeeds, the system will only recognize up to 2 terabytes of the drive, and the remaining space will be unusable. Similarly, if you try to create more partitions than the supported limit, the system will show an error indicating that the partition limit has been exceeded. Moreover, MBR stores only one copy of its critical data, and if it's corrupt, then system will not boot. This clearly shows how limited and outdated BIOS is for modern systems. GPT, on the other hand, modern firmware like UEFI utilize the GPT partition system. In this system, instead of a tiny bootloader, the space immediately following the first 512 bytes is used to store just the address of a special partition known as EFI system partition. I will explain what EFI partition is in a moment. UEFI supports very large storage devices, far beyond the old 2 terabyte limit, and handles up to 128 partitions on a single drive by default. The maximum partition size can reach a massive 18 exabytes. Because of these capabilities, GPT is much more flexible, faster, and reliable for modern systems compared to MBR. The best part is that GPT is a redundant system. It stores an additional copy of its critical partition data at the very end of the disk, allowing the system to be restored in case of data corruption. EFI system partition, or ESP, is a special partition used in modern systems to store boot files. During the installation of an operating system on a GPT drive, this partition is created automatically. It usually does not have a drive letter and remains hidden from the user. When the system starts, the firmware first reads the partition table on the disk, which then points it to this EFI partition. From there, it loads the required boot files to start the operating system. This partition can also contain boot files for multiple operating systems, which is why it is used in dual boot setups. It is usually small in size and formatted in FAT32 file system, so the firmware can easily read it. Swap partition. Think of your computer's RAM as a physical desk where you do all your work. Sometimes, you open so many books and folders that your desk gets completely full. When your desk, RAM, runs out of space, the computer doesn't just crash. Instead, it takes the folders you haven't touched in a while and moves them to a special overflow area called the swap partition. This clears up room on your desk so you can keep working on new things. If you suddenly need one of those old folders again, the computer swaps it back onto the desk and moves something else out to make room. Because the swap partition is on your hard drive or SSD rather than in fast memory chips, it is much slower than your actual RAM. If your computer is using a lot of swap space, you might notice it feels a bit sluggish or laggy. Swap partition is mainly created and used on Linux systems. Recovery partition. Think of the recovery partition as a spare tire hidden in the trunk of your car. You don't use it every day, but it's a lifesaver when you get a flat tire. Instead of regular photos or movies, this partition holds a special, emergency version of Windows called the recovery environment. It contains troubleshooting tools that can scan for errors, undo recent updates, or even reset your whole computer back to the day you bought it. It lives in its own room, so that even if your main Windows, the C drive, gets a virus or a major system error, The recovery tools stay safe and untouched. If Windows fails to start several times in a row, the computer automatically pulls the emergency handle and boots into this partition instead. From there, it asks you if you want to try an automatic repair or reset this PC. Primary partition. A primary partition is the main section of a storage drive where an operating system can be installed and booted from. In older MBR-based systems, a disk can have up to 4 primary partitions. Each of these partitions can hold an operating system or be used for storage. Out of these, one partition is usually marked as active. This is the partition that contains the second stage of MBR bootloader, which the system uses to start the operating system. Primary partitions are simple and direct. The system can access them easily without any additional structure. However, the limitation is the number. Since MBR only allows 4 primary partitions, this restricts how the disk can be divided. Extended partition. An extended partition is a special type of partition created to overcome the limitation of having only 4 primary partitions in MBR. Instead of storing data directly, an extended partition acts like a container. It holds multiple smaller partitions inside it, called logical partitions. This allows the system to go beyond the 4-partition limit imposed by MBR. However, the extended partition itself cannot be used to install an operating system directly. It only serves as a structure to organize additional partition. Moreover, extended partition replaces one of the 4 primary partitions, so you can only have 3 primary partitions and 1 extended partition on a drive. Logical partition. A logical partition is a partition created inside an extended partition. Unlike primary partitions, logical partitions are not directly recognized as independent bootable partitions by the system. However, they can still be used to store data or even install an operating system depending on the setup. The main advantage is flexibility. You can create multiple logical partitions within a single extended partition, allowing better organization of data. MSR partition, or Microsoft Reserved Partition, is a small hidden partition created automatically on drives used by modern Windows systems. Its sole purpose is to reserve space for system use. For example, if Windows ever needs to perform a special disk operation, like converting a basic disk to a dynamic disk, it shrinks the MSR and uses that tiny bit of reclaimed space to store the new management data. You usually won't see or interact with this partition, but it plays an important role behind the scenes. Without it, certain disk management operations in Windows may not work properly. Your storage isn't just one big space. It's carefully divided into different types of partitions, each with its own role. Some you use directly, and others work quietly in the background to keep your system running. If you found this helpful, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and we'll break that down just as simply.